disparity of money? I know you guys had a Zoom meeting. What are your thoughts right now, if anything, you guys can do, given the fact that CBA is signed?
Yeah. So, I mean, just before I speak on all that, I just want to say it has nothing to do with the Steelers, Mr. Omar, Mr. Rooney, or Mike Tomlin. I'm just speaking on behalf of running backs in general. Obviously we had the meeting that came out. The meeting was obviously about how, I guess, devalued they said it is, the running back position is, and just how unhappy we are about just the situation, how things have been. Me personally, I'm upset to see that they even say that because, they're choosing when to devalue the running back, and what I mean by that is that it's numerous times. I can speak on my behalf. They asked me alone, the game's gonna rely on you. You need to do this for the team. You gotta do this right here. Hey, it's time to close out the game. Hey, we need to lean on you right now. And it happens in a lot of places, like Cleveland, you could say, Tennessee, even with the Niners, there's numerous teams where this happens at. There's a lot of times where, the running back is utilized a lot in the pass protection game too. That's not a stat that they want to put. Neither is not a stat that they want to say. If we're not running the ball, we're blocking. If we're not blocking, we're running the route. We're always doing something, only time when they choose to say that it's devalued is when it's time to pay the running back, So they're really choosing when to say to devalue the position. It's not devalued at all. They just don't want to pay a running back. Sorry. They just want to pay a running back. For us to see that, in 17 games they're asking us to do this and this and this. It's not once did we say, I thought the running back don't matter though. Why are you asking me to do this? Ask the blah 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 to do this and that. We didn't want to say that. Our job is to do that. So we know that's our job, and we run through that. Obviously we're in a position where we don't have that much leverage because our job consists of running the ball. Our job consists of doing all those things that I stated. So when it is time to negotiate, they're gonna say, well, you don't have that much miles on you. It's just another way to say we don't want to pay you, but really it's like no, you asked us to do all this because you're the one asking us to get this much carries game to win the game. You're the one asking us to do all this stuff. It's just that when it's time when we want something from you guys, and that's to compensate our performance or compensate what we're doing for the team and our value to the team, then it becomes an issue. That's not right. So,
does the union have anything to say about this? I'm sure you guys have approached them about what can be done. Is there anything, because it is a signed deal?
Yeah, we talked to the union. There's a lot of things that we talked about. If the franchise tag that what it is, they're instead of a position, it could be just for all players in a way. I know there's more stuff to that, but for them to say that the running back position, you're slotted at this much money, I don't think that's right, because we're actually there's a lot of running backs who's doing receiving, a lot of running backs doing blocking and all that stuff. For you to just say running back, and that's our market, and if it doesn't hit that, then it goes down lower. That's not right. They need to change that. So we've been talking about that, but there's just stuff we have to keep talking about more.
Najee, obviously every guy's situation is different, but when you look at, Saquon agrees to a 1-year deal, he's tagged, he's in a tough spot. What does that do to you guys and your leverage and your negotiating power?
We don't, truthfully, man, I saw Nick say that too, but we don't really have leverage in a way because our job is actually to do that. But, with Saquon's situation, it's like Saquon accumulated for almost 30% of the offense. Like, why can't you look at that and say, okay, well, he said he's not trying to break the market or set the market, but he's trying to get compensated what he thinks is fair, which they think, what two parties should think is fair too. And I think that, I know that they know themselves that ain't fair, like what he's getting. He wanted, I guess a long contract to no security in there. Right now he doesn't have no security. Right now they're just going to probably utilize him the same way. And if something happens to him again, they're going to, probably look somewhere else. But it's like, man, what is the security that we have? We don't have no security right now. You guys are using us to accomplish what you guys want, and then when it's time for us to re-up or ask for something that we think is right, you guys just turn the cheek and say, well, you have wear and tear. It's like, come on now, bro. Like, what you're trying to do. You're trying to utilize us as much as you can, get as much you can out of us for cheap, and then go get another back or something like that and try to do the same thing again. That's the trend that is happening right now. So is Josh. Josh had 1,600 yards last year. They're asking him to get the ball however many times a game. He done closed games away too. Josh and Saquon are some guys that you should obviously have no problem with having a security or a long-term contract with them. Why is it such an issue with them if they're performing like that and you guys are asking them to do so much for the team? It's like, what is it that that I mean, I don't know, like it doesn't add up in a way.
You played for an organization that, you know, Le'Veon was here a couple of years ago, and his situation was a little bit different. But how much is that something that you think about, or that you maybe can talk to him or talk to people that were around during that when he tried to get more in his value with the team and wasn't successful?
For me?
Yeah, or just, you know, the other running backs.
I mean, that's just something that, you know, like I said, with this team, I have nothing, no, you know, vendetta versus, you know, the Steelers or nothing like that. I really like this organization. You know, when it's my time to talk about that, I will. But right now, I'm just speaking on behalf of just all running backs. I really don't want to go any further with that question. We did to do that now, to speak on it now, so we could start the issue now. So when the young guys are coming up for their contracts, like, you know, the Bijans or stuff like that, or even me or anybody else, you know, we kind of could get that out in the air that, you know, we know what's going on and we kind of want to address the issue. Because us speaking on it now is good. You know, we can start the process early.
From your standpoint, optimism season, you know, the Steelers will have to make a decision on your fifth year.
I'm not speaking on it. I always want to hope the best. But I mean, like I said, knowing our position and what they ask us to do, you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? But you know, the only thing we could do is just do the best we can each year to perform and play at a good rate where, you know, they probably could. Some teams could probably see something different, but you know, that's the only thing I can control. Control what you can control, and what I can control is how I perform on the field. And you know, just hope the best.